Last night, me and Steve, the dean, did a controversial show. And we were talking about, should black men who have dreads or long hair cut their hair to gain employment from the dominant society? White people, all right? And Steve has an interesting perspective because he says that if you have dreads or longer hair, you should have to cut your hair if you want to get a job with white people. And this didn't go very well with a lot of brothers. Some agreed, some disagreed. Some of the brothers who've been in the military, who've had to cut their hair to join the armed forces, they were definitely in agreement. But you do have some black men out there who feel like they shouldn't be robbed of self-expression to do certain things. And I want to talk about this young brother out there by the name of, I believe, DeAndre Reynolds. I believe I may be saying the name wrong. DeAndre Arnold, rather. DeAndre Arnold is a senior in a school in Houston, Texas, high school, and his dreads are too long. And the school is pretty much saying that if you don't cut your dreads to the certain length of what we want you to have, you will not graduate. And in some cases, you might not be able to finish your school. People are saying that this is racism, that they're only doing that because he's black. Okay. Now, Steve argues that this is the same situation for white guys, Indian guys, or whoever. And I want to talk about this to brothers, people who are thinking that this is racist. We got to understand something. And Elijah Muhammad talked about this a long time ago. It is up to black men to understand that you should set the rules for yourself. And I'm only saying that because white people are the dominant society. If you want to work in their jobs, if you want to work in their systems, things that they run, you're going to have to follow the rules. You're not going to be able to do as you would like to do and then get rewarded from them. Now, there are some cases, shout out to the brother Keep It Techie. He says that, he has gold teeth, and he has long hair, and he works in the tech job. Now, obviously, there's some employers that don't care about that. But in cases where employers do care about that, and we're talking about a lot of the high-level jobs, if you want those high-level jobs, you are going to have to acclimate to what they want. Bottom line, if you want to be there. Because let me tell you this. How many of you brothers have houses? You have certain stuff. People, when they come to your house, they got to follow the rules. I know I can't come in your house being disrespectful. I know I can't live in your house doing whatever I want to do. You're going to put me out, right? The same thing with the white man. Or the same thing with white society. When it is their rules, you play by their rules. Either you play or you don't play at all. Fair enough. My question to you is, brothers, when will you understand the need for you to educate yourself, employ other people, provide schooling for your children so that your kids won't get discriminated because of their hair? All right. Your kid won't be discriminated because his name is DeAndre. See, there is something that brothers have an option to do in this case. And there are always going to be some rules against a brother. Like, for example, you're going to either get down or lay down. How do we know this? Even look at I have a friend that's from Nigeria. I have another friend from Ivory Coast. Their names are names that are from Africa. But when they want to get a job in America, when they want to get a job in the American system, they adopt an American name. One guy's name was like Uche Udochu or something like that, right? But his name was Charles. His American, he adopted Charles the name. I see it all the time with Asians. They might have an Asian name, Chinese name, but they have a name like Samantha. that is very American, a nickname that they have adopted themselves to put on resumes. Now, I know what the argument is going to be. Well, brother, we've been in slavery. We've been here for so long, and these people haven't been long there. And that is true. That is true. But just because it is true doesn't mean that you can be right and still not get what you want. And see, what we got to understand is when you need them for certain situations, you got to play by their rules. And it's okay to play by their rules to get the knowledge that you need. Sometimes you might need to work and be in a good company or move up and get the right connections and then leave. I'll tell you a good story about that. John Paul DeJoria. John Paul DeJoria worked for Redken Hair Products. And he got fired. Started Paul Mitchell. Started Patron. Now he has $2 billion companies. But he had all the knowledge and all the connections. Now he can do whatever he wants. He can wear his hair however he wants. He can do whatever he needs to do. And see, a lot of brothers got to understand that. A lot of brothers who, if your kids are getting discriminated, that's where you brothers have to really be serious about, all right, I'm going to put my son or daughter in a black centered school. Okay, we don't have a black centered school. We'll start a black centered school. All right. And this is how you actually get more respect as a group of people. We have to start solving these problems that we are having. The young brother, DeAndre Hopkins is talking about don't cut his dreads and all of that. And I agree with Steve in the fact that DeAndre Hopkins is a millionaire. He plays for the Texans, so he can say that. You're a rapper, you're an NFL player, you can do whatever you want. But if you're a normal person, you're trying to move up in society, if you don't go by their rules, who's going to give you a job? Look at Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick is an example of, they gave him a chance at NFL tryout. He didn't want to do it their way. He wanted to do it his way. No, he's not playing. All right? When you don't have the power, you have to succumb to power in order to get power. And that's a tough conversation for a lot of brothers, because a lot of brothers have that ego. Man, I'm not doing this for nobody. I can understand that. But then don't complain if you don't move up. Don't complain that you're in a certain situation. Because the only group of people that can elevate their own people and change the rules is you got to do it for yourself. Same thing with the black manosphere. We couldn't go to the white manosphere and demand that they do things for us. We couldn't go to the white manosphere and demand they make shows for us and demand. No, we got to do it ourselves. So the answer to discrimination against black names, the answer to discrimination against people hating on your hair is starting your own businesses, supporting your own businesses, starting your own education systems for your children, and starting small. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. But the people who understand it know that's the answer to the black solution. Not begging them to change the rules for you. Okay? We've been through so many years of that. Every time they change the rules for you, something else gets changed that hinders you from getting to where you need to be. At some point, the black man got to do something for himself and make his own rules. Well, guys, listen, thank you for being here. Subscribe, hit the bell. All my contact information in the first comment. Don't forget to pick up your Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. I thank you so much for all the support. And guys, let me know what you're talking about. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.